What up, guys? It's your boy Ichikote here with another video, and today there seems to be still a consistent confusion about what gender Leo really is. So I think today in this video we could go ahead and get a concrete kind of feel on what Leo actually is, a boy or a girl, and then it can clear up some of that confusion. Let's do it.
It's calling me, listening to the voice, open my eyes, so many ways to say.
Okay, so a lot of people's confusion comes from the start of Tekken 6. Now, there's something I want to say first. For one, let's just throw this out of the way. Leo's most definitely not some type of transgender character. Leo definitely has a male or a female orientation. Now, I guess the start of this confusion starts off with the fact that when Leo was first introduced on Tekken 6, Harada made it more so Harada made the gender not exactly confirmed. So we didn't know if Leo was a boy or a girl. It could have been either one of them. And really what I hated about this, just looking at this situation in general, I went on the internet to look up things that happened during that time. But I know in more modern scripts you'll get people's opinions instead of straight up facts. There's a lot of stuff on the internet where it's like, oh yeah, they'll classify Leo as a girl during this time as on Tekken 6. They'll put in their description she, or they'll put in their description he, and some people put he or she in their description for the sake of the time being that was Tekken 6. Now, I more so agree with the people who put he or she in the description for the sake of the time being during Tekken 6, because some people used he and they were only saying that because Tekken 6. Some people used she only because Tekken 6, and they were also unsure people basically. So I don't blame those type of descriptions. There were a lot of descriptions from things on the internet where people made it kind of seem like it was supposed to be solid concrete she. But I guess some things that you can go for in terms of Tekken 6 to clarify if Leo was supposed to be classified as boy or a girl are probably a dead giveaway. I even seen, well, for one, let's state one thing. I've even seen somebody online who had a description where Leo's actual bio had he in it in Tekken 6, but in the original Tekken 6 bio, Leo didn't have a he in it. It didn't really say anything about the gender. Matter of fact, if it did, people wouldn't be so confused during the Tekken 6 era. The other thing that's kind of more so leaning towards Leo possibly being fully a male during the time of Tekken 6 is the fact that Leo didn't have a whole bunch of swimsuit options or anything like that. And usually we know in Tekken they'll have specific things that are female options only, or either they'll give swimsuits or whatever. Now, I remember, and a lot of people do, and they will bank off of this, that during about the ending times of Tekken 6, Leo was announced to be a girl. And some people get confused, and for some odd reason they say Leo was announced to be a male, whatever. But Leo was announced to be a girl, and they will always go off of this, and then like, well, during that time Leo was announced to be a girl. Now I'm confused because Leo isn't a girl, and there's obviously some weird going on. It must be a transgender, right? But this is the thing. Leo, even though it was during the ending times of Tekken 6, so we can pass on to play Tag 2, Leo was being announced to be a girl, but from the Tag 2 perspective. So when Leo was announced to be a girl, they were talking about Leo in Tag 2, not 6. And people were like, well, if Leo's a tag in Tag 2 is a girl, then Leo in 6 must also be a girl. So people were banking off that. Leo even had the female options such as swimsuits in Tekken Tag 2. And we were like, okay, it's cool. Leo's all female. We got it. And nobody had any complaints at that point, but they were a little iffy on the controversy because they was like, it could have still been a male. Back then I was like, it'd be cool if Leo was a dude, but it's cool if it's a female. Whatever, I don't care. But as Tag 2 went along, this is where the controversy came from, is when Tekken 7 came out. Now in Tekken 7 character description, it obviously states that Leo is a boy. Oops, my bad, Joe. I think I just went ham on the mic. Okay, let me say that again. Alright, it obviously states that Leo is a boy. And people are like, what? Okay, now I'm really confused. Is this a transgender person? And some people who were talking to me, they're like, well, maybe there's a possibility there's 2 Leos. Now, I do like that theory that there's 2 Leos. But in terms of Tekken fact, the answer to this question isn't there being 2 Leos or anything like that. The simple answer is Leo is a boy. And even in Tekken 6, Leo was a boy. And here's the reason why. During Tekken 6, Leo's gender was kept ambiguous regardless of what people think. And they think that, Leo was announced as a girl in 6. That was a reference to Tag 2 that Leo was a girl. Now in 7, we come back and get a concrete confirmation from the actual story that Leo's a male. But you're gonna be like, wait, I'm still confused, Ichi, because Tag 2 said Leo's a female. Now, this is the thing about Tag 2. Tag 2 is just like if I were to take, what's that Tekken movie? Was that Blood Vengeance? Yeah, that's like if I was to take Blood Vengeance as canon. Blood Vengeance, Tag 2, but since we're specifically talking about Tag 2, let's say Tag 2 is a non-canon game. And in that non-canon universe, different universe, not even what we usually are even playing, those are not the main universe characters. That's Tekken in a different universe. Is not canon. In that universe, Leo is a female. In the main universe that we play in, which is during the main timeline, Tekken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that Leo, or in Leo's case, Tekken 6 and Tekken 7, that Leo was a male. So Leo's actual gender is male. And Tag 2 is just in an alternate universe. And in that alternate universe, Leo is a male. Matter of fact, in that alternate universe, Leo is a female. Matter of fact, anybody could have been also, if Harada chose to for Tag 2, anybody could have had a different gender in that game. They could have made a male version of freaking Lily if he wanted to, and it still would be okay because that game's non-canon and it doesn't count towards anything. Now, you can know that Leo's a male because in Tekken 6, there's no story content, and Harada maintain, there's no content saying this, and Harada maintain the fact that Leo's gender will be ambiguous in Tekken 6. So there's no content saying it's a male or female, and Harada never said it's a male or female in Tekken 6 either. And then when you hop on Tag 2, they tell you the gender, but that's Leo's gender in that alternate universe. In Tekken 7, we get back and bam, you see that Leo is a male. Tekken, if you want to look at it this way, Tekken Tag 2 was just a distraction from what you should be seeing. Leo's a freaking man. I don't know how much I can stress this, but Leo's a dude. And in Tag 2, anybody could have been changed to a female. If a writer wanted to, since Tag 2 is non-canon, he could have made Kazuya Mishima a female, and it would have still been in story continuity because that's an alternate dimension. Well, Tag 2 is an alternate universe, and nothing in Tag 2 actually happened in the main story because it doesn't exist to the main story at all. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you even any more further. I don't know what to tell you, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to share, comment, subscribe, and always swing that like button, and tell me your opinions in the comments below, because to some people this is more so a mind-boggling thing, but really if you just kind of look at that. And I know there's a lot of sources on the internet that's kind of confusing, but I also remember those times when Leo was announced and I was like, whoa, some of this stuff on the internet fishy, because it had a lot of opinionated things in the internet that you could look back on. But the fact of the matter is, Harada didn't want to let out Leo's gender in 6. He let it out in Tag 2, and then he let it out in 7. 7 is the only one that's connected to 6, and Tag 2 isn't connected to any Tekkens because that's not even canon. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Peace, guys.
Was ist das für ein Ding? Ein Tintenfisch? Ein Oktopus? Ein Ninja? Das ist also dieser komische Typ, über den alle reden. Japan ist so verrückt. Nein, ich muss mich auf meine Mission konzentrieren. Bis später, komischer Oktopus-Typ.